Responses to abiotic factors. This topic is taken from the chapter of organisms and population. So this is the most easiest chapter in the class 12 biology. So abiotic factors. There are most important abiotic factors which we have learnt in earlier videos, such as temperature, water, then soil, sunlight. These are the most important abiotic factors, etc. Right? We have to know how the organisms react to these factors. As we all know, when the temperature increases suddenly, then it is really very difficult for the organism to survive in a very high temperature. Similar case in the vice versa. So similarly, when the temperature is very low, then also it is very difficult for the organism to survive and to adapt the situation, right? Let us find out how the organism react or responds to such type of factors such as water, temperature. Then all organisms, in order to sustain maximum functionality, maintain constant internal environment, that is homeostasis. An organism may adapt one of the following strategies for homeostasis. Friends, homeostasis is very important. So in order to survive in the life, the constant environment is very much necessary. As I said earlier, if the temperature is very high, it is difficult to survive there, right? So it is necessary to have the constant temperature as well as the constant environment in the surroundings so that we can survive. When the constant internal environment is maintained, that is homeostasis is maintained, then only the functions of the body will be perfect. Body functions might vary if the homeostasis is not good, not maintained, right? So it is necessary to maintain the internal environment so that the body functions, organism's body functions is in the good way. So this is the reason why we have to maintain the homeostasis. So here are some very important strategies to be followed to maintain the homeostasis. So here we will learn how some organisms maintain homeostasis. Okay, so first one is regulation is very important to maintain homeostasis, as well as confirm. Migration is important. Suspend. Let us learn each of them. This is the first and very important response to abiotic factor, that is regulate, to maintain the homeostasis, constant internal environment. Okay. Certain animals have the ability to maintain a constant temperature and a constant osmolarity to keep up their homeostasis. As we all know, some animals have the power to maintain the good constant temperature as well as the constant osmolarity. As we all know, the constant to maintain the water regulation in the body, osmolarity, right? They have power, they have the ability to maintain constant temperature as well as the constant osmolarity to maintain. Why they do this? To basically to survive and to reproduce, basically to maintain the constant internal environment and to have the good body functions. To have the good body functions, they do this. They have the constant temperature as well as constant osmolarity. Mammals have a constant body temperature, 37 degrees Celsius, irrespective of the outside temperature. So mammals are very lucky because they have the constant body temperature. Their body temperature cannot be changed. It is always 37 degrees Celsius. There might be outside 42 degrees Celsius, but the mammals have one and only 37 degrees Celsius, which is very good to survive. Okay. Then in summers, to maintain the temperature, we sweat, and in winters we shiver, which produces heat, right? Human beings, what they do, for example, human beings, when in summers we sweat, right? When we sweat, what happens? We get some cold moisture. We moisturize our body by sweating so that we get some amount of cold, right? So that we can be away from the heat in the summers. Whereas in winters we shiver or we get inside. Very basically in winters we shiver to produce the heat, or we go in and or we might on the fire so that we get some heat. This is what the strategies to maintain the temperature. The second important strategy is conform. Animals and plants, except mammals, do not have a constant body temperature, and their body temperature changes in accordance with the outside temperature. As we all know that animals and plants do not have constant body temperature. Only mammals have the constant body temperature, that is, so 37 degrees Celsius is the constant body temperature of the mammals, right? Animals and plants do not have the constant temperature. Basically, animals and plants body temperature changes with respect to the outside temperature. Take for example, the outside temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. So animals and plants have the power to change their body temperature to outside temperature. Means if animals and plants have 38 degree body temperature, then if the outside body temperature is 40, then they can automatically change to 40, because this is the ability, this is the strategy adopted by the animals and plants to survive. So their body temperature, so body temperature changes in accordance with the outside temperature. Organisms are called as conformers. Basically, animals and plants are called as conformers. Mammals are not called as conformers because they have constant body temperature, right? Whereas animals and plants change their temperature in accordance to outside temperature, depending on outside temperature. So conformers have not evolved, they have become regulators, since regulation is energetically more expensive. So basically these conformers have not evolved, now they have become the regulators. They regulate their temperature, and regulation is energetically more expensive. The third important strategy adopted by the organism is migration. The organism can move temporarily from stressful habitats to more hospitable areas and return once the period changes. So this is very easy strategy and very important as well. So migration, let us take an example in order to understand this concept. So let us consider Mumbai. Mumbai is the place which is very hot, right? So when you think you can't survive in the Mumbai, then you can change, then you can come to the Karnataka, etc. You can change, you can move to different place. So as we all know, this is very hottest place. When organisms think that they cannot survive, they can move from these stressful hottest place to coolest place such as Karnataka. This is very simple concept. So basically you have to move from temporarily means not for a long time, only for a period of time until the hot season get completed, then you have to return back to your own area. So basically you have to temporarily move from the stressful period to the stressful habitat to the more hospitable, to more good areas, and once the hottest period is over, you can return. Birds can migrate from colder region to relatively warmer region during winter and vice versa during summers. Simple, birds can migrate from colder region to relatively warmer region. So when the birds feel that it is very cold, they can travel to the warmer places only during the winter seasons, whereas in summer they might feel it is very hot, they can travel to the very cold regions. So vice versa, this can happen in the migration. Okay, very simple. Now this is the last important response to abiotic factor, suspend. Okay, so let us understand what happens in the suspend. Some organisms cease to be metabolically active during stressful period. They suspend all the activity and enter a period of dormancy. So basically suspend is temporary prevention to something. Okay, so here what organisms do, basically end their metabolical activity for a period of a time. Means only during the stressful period these organisms basically end their metabolic activity. Then what they do, they basically suspend, they basically prevent all their activity and enter a period of dormancy. So in dormancy, metabolic activity is basically minimized, and this will help to conserve the energy is basically conserved in the dormancy. So very simple process where some organism end their metabolic activity only during the stressful period. They basically prevent all the activities, and they're such that metabolic activity is minimized and they conserve their energy in the period of dormancy. Very simple. Okay, so for example, spores in bacteria. So spores are produced in the bacteria in order to suspend and lower plants. Hibernation, winter sleep. What is hibernation? Hibernation is a very deep sleep where some animals go only during the winter season. Okay, you can take example of reptiles. Okay, next one is estivation, which is summer sleep. So in estivation is also a type of a deep sleep where some animals go only during the summer season. This only during winter season, this in the summer season. Okay, this is very simple. You can understand. So similarly, zooplankton enters the diapause. Okay, this is the stage of a development which in the unfavorable conditions. Means only during the stressful period they prevent certain activities, metabolic activities, in order to survive. This is the technique to survive. This is the technique to maintain the internal homeostasis. Okay, to maintain the maximum functionality and constant internal environment. These are the strategies obtained. Okay, very simple.